What if the very thing that makes you feel superior is the same thing counting down to your destruction? This is not just a story about beauty. It is about pride. It is about a slap. And it is about a curse that did not rush but never forgot. What happened next shocked an entire village, not because it happened suddenly, but because the truth unfolded slowly, quietly, until it was impossible to escape. Stay with this story, because by the end, you will understand why no one ever raises their hand against an elder again. Her name was Beauty, and in that village, her name was not a joke, nor an exaggeration. She was in her early 20s, with skin that glowed even under the harshest sun, eyes that pulled attention without effort, and a face so admired that people often forgot her character the moment they looked at her. When Beauty walked through the village paths, conversations paused. Men stared too long. Women whispered. Children followed her steps. Beauty knew it, and she enjoyed every second of it. But there was something else Beauty was known for. Something darker. Something the villagers spoke about in low voices. Her arrogance. Beauty did not greet elders. She did not kneel. She did not bow. She did not listen. To her, age meant weakness. Wrinkles meant irrelevance. Wisdom meant nothing if it did not come with beauty. And the village had learned to tolerate her behavior because Beauty was an only child. From the very moment she took her first breath, her parents decided she could do no wrong. If Beauty demanded, she received. If she insulted someone, her parents laughed it off. If she disrespected an elder, they blamed the elder for provoking her. Correction never entered that household. Discipline was seen as cruelty, and pride was dressed up as confidence. As Beauty grew, so did her sense of superiority. She spoke to elders as if they were children. She mocked traditions. She rolled her eyes at advice. And every time she crossed a line, her parents stood behind her, shielding her from consequences. But in that village, there was one person who refused to worship Beauty's face. An old woman. She was bent with age. Her back curved like time itself had leaned heavily on her. Her skin was lined with wrinkles that told stories older than the village. And her eyes were different. They were calm, observant, as though they had seen tomorrow and returned quietly. The villagers respected her. Children avoided her not out of fear, but out of reverence. She spoke rarely, but when she did, people listened, except Beauty. Each time Beauty disrespected an elder, the old woman would call her gently. "Child," she would say, "beauty fades faster than morning dew." Beauty laughed. Another time, the old woman said, "Humility keeps beauty alive longer than youth ever can." Beauty scoffed.
One day, irritated beyond patience, Beauty looked at the old woman and said, "Look at yourself, then look at me. What advice do you think you can give someone like me?" The villagers held their breath. The old woman only sighed. She never insulted Beauty, never raised her voice. She only warned her. And then came the final warning. One evening, as the sun dipped low and shadows stretched across the village, the old woman held Beauty's wrist gently. "This face you worship," she said, "treat it kindly, because it listens." Beauty pulled her hand away violently. From that moment, something shifted. Days later, the old woman tried to correct Beauty again, this time in public. "Respect is the only mirror that never lies," she said. Something snapped inside Beauty. She was tired of warnings, tired of correction, tired of an old woman she believed was far beneath her. And before anyone could react, before her conscience could intervene, Beauty raised her hand and slapped the old woman. The sound echoed. The village went silent. Even the wind seemed to pause. The old woman touched her cheeks slowly. She did not cry. She did not scream. She stood upright, stronger than anyone had ever seen her.
"So," she said calmly, "you value beauty above wisdom." Then she spoke words that would stain time itself. "May the beauty that makes you proud abandon you. May your face age faster than your years. May mirrors reject you. May the people who praise you today be unable to look at you tomorrow. And may the village you mock no longer recognize you as one of its own." Beauty laughed. Nothing happened. Days passed. Weeks passed. Beauty mocked the curse. She said the old woman was bitter. Her parents defended her once again. But curses born from wisdom do not rush. Slowly, quietly, Beauty's glow faded. Her skin lost its shine. Small wrinkles appeared where none had been before. Dark patches crept across her face like shadows at dusk. She blamed soap. She blamed stress. She blamed everyone except herself. One morning, she looked into the mirror and screamed. The face staring back at her looked older than the old woman she had slapped. Her parents avoided her gaze. The same child they spoilt now frightened them. Villagers stared openly. Children cried when they saw her. Beauty tried to walk proudly, but shame bent her back faster than age ever could. One night, her parents pushed her out. "You bring shame," her mother said, unable to look at her. The village gathered. They whispered. Then they decided, "She cannot stay." Insults replaced admiration. Stones followed her steps. The beauty they once worshipped was now something they despised. Broken, humiliated, and alone, Beauty crawled to the old woman's hut. She knelt. "Forgive me," she whispered. There was no answer. The hut was empty. Only words carved into wood remained. Beauty without humility is a curse waiting to awaken. Till today, no one knows where Beauty went. But on quiet nights, when the wind passes gently through the village, some say they hear soft laughter, old, calm, and knowing. Because in the end, Beauty did not lose her face. She lost her place among humans. And so, her beauty faded, but the lesson remained. In every village, in every generation, this story is told to remind us that respect outlives beauty and humility outshines the face. If this folktale moved you, taught you something, or stayed in your thoughts even for a moment, show your support by liking this video. And if you want more deep, haunting, and meaningful African folktales like this, subscribe to Folktales by Ehi, where every story carries a lesson and every lesson leaves a mark. Until the next tale, listen carefully, because wisdom often speaks softly.